how electrons are distributed in different orbits or shells, electronic configuration. So here we will study about that how the electrons are distributed in different shells or orbits, and we will see about the and have the idea of the electronic configuration. So the atoms of different elements, so they have different atomic numbers, therefore they also have different number of electrons. So the distribution of these electrons in different energy levels or orbits is called electronic configuration of that element or atom. So a scheme is there, that is by Bohr-Bury scheme in 1921. So they independently but simultaneously gave identical schemes for the distribution of electrons in various orbits or shells. So this scheme may be summarized as, so number one point is the maximum number of electrons that can be accommodated in an orbit or shell is equal to 2n square, where n is the number of the shell. So this is called 2n2 rule. So here we can see that in the first shell, as we can see in the diagram also, K, L, M, N, these are the shells. So in the first shell, that is K, so here the n is equals to 1. So for the K shell, you can say it as K shell. So the maximum number of electrons where we get is calculated by 2n square. So here it will be 2 into 1 square, that is 2. So in K shell, the maximum number of electron that can be accommodated is 2. If we take for example of the second shell, that is of L shell, so what happened here? Here n, value of n is 2, so it will be 2 into 2 square, that is 8, and so on. So similarly for M shell, for N shell, so these are the maximum number of electrons which can be accommodated. Now the outermost orbit or shell can have a maximum of 8 electrons, that is called octet, and the next inner to the outermost, that is the penultimate shell, can have 18 electrons if permissible by 2n2 rule. For example, the atomic number of calcium is 20, therefore it has 20 electrons, so atomic number is equal to the number of electrons. So the first shell can accommodate 2 electrons as we have seen earlier, and the second can accommodate 8 electrons, and the third shell, even though it has a capacity to hold 18 electrons, cannot hold more than 8 electrons due to the octet rule. Therefore electronic configuration of Ca will be 2, 8, 8, 2 and not 2, 8, 10. So it is not necessary to get a shell completely filled before starting the filling of the next higher shell. Actually, when there are 8 electrons in a shell, the filling of the next higher shell starts. So we can say that the outermost shell cannot hold more than 2 electrons, and the penultimate shell cannot hold more than 8 electrons. So this is according to the duplet or octet rule, unless the preceding inner shell that is completely filled according to 2n square rule. So thus the shells are filled by electrons in stepwise manner. So this is about the electronic configuration of an atom or an element.